Hi, I'm Charlie. So today we're going to be looking at this dishwasher. Now it's not been cleaning very well and it smells a bit. So I think we have to go in there, take it apart, clean everything and then reinstall it. So if you stick with me, you'll see how it can save you a couple of $100, and that is you don't need to call the service guy because I will have shown you how to go about this. Now, don't hesitate to look around YouTube where you'll find other guys doing the same thing and they've all got good information. This is just the way I do it. So follow me and we'll save you some money, and then you can give me the big thumbs up at the end and help me. Anyway, here we go. This is a Kenmore Ultra Wash, and you will find the model number on the inside of the dishwasher. Now, I've taken it apart, as you can see, because it was kind of smelly and it wasn't cleaning the dishes very well. So before we get into that, I'll tell you what you need. So you'll need a little dish like this so that you can scoop out the water down here in the drain. You can also use something this size before you get to that one. You'll need some kind of a scrubber. This is one of those Scotch 3M scrubbers. Now, you need a flathead screwdriver. You need a Phillips screwdriver. I'm sure you all have these. Now, at some point, you will have removed these screws. Now, it's very important that you end up with 4 like that and 1 like that, a small one. Those 4 go into the cover for the drain, and very important, you can see that's where the screws go. Now, there's one last step here that we have to do is take this cover off. There's a screw down there. I have to take this cover off. This is for the drain and the filter. Sometimes it gets clogged up down there and you have to clean that out. And there's a little rubber washer in there that we'll get to later. Now there's a couple of screws there. I'll explain that later when I show you the arm that comes from the bottom up here to that location there, and that's the top spray. Now, in order to get the rack out, you have to bring this out all the way and remove this little plastic guard, and we'll put that on later so that you can see how it goes. I had a lot of help from the internet and from my wife Joanne. I couldn't have done it without her help because it's very laborious, and to get in there and scrub everything, because trust me, it gets very dirty, and most people don't realise that this should be cleaned once a month. When you look at the manufacturer's manual, that's what they tell you. And you know, if you had someone to come in to fix this because it was smelling and it wasn't cleaning your dishes, it would cost you a couple of $100, absolutely. So some other things you might need is a scrubbing brush for scrubbing all the gunk, and trust me, there will be lots of it. You need this particular type of screwdriver. I don't know if you can see that. And that's to fit these screws here. They're very important, you need to have that. There's a Scotch-Brite box. There's a box of other little screw heads. And this piece, it goes on to the arm, and I'll show you the arm. Kind of difficult to get to. So here's the bottom sprayer, and it sits on there like so, and what you have to do is hold this arm and turn that clockwise, and that'll eventually loosen, and then you can take that right up, and you can see here we've still got to clean that a little bit, and it connects. I'll just show you. It connects in there like that. So it's quite simple when you understand what you have to do here. And you can go onto YouTube, there's a number of guys who do this, and they're very helpful. Of course, all these dishwashers are similar, but very different. The mechanics of the drain down there all look kind of the same. So you won't get confused if you just stop and repeat the video, and you'll get the idea. Just take your time, but make sure that you've got your stuff organized here so that you don't misplace anything, especially those screws. Keep them in a little container. And something like this, a cheese cutter or one of these scrapers can be used to pry that a little bit in order to get it up and off. Now you could take that apart further and clean inside. So the last thing to show you would be how we get into the drain down there. And it's a little bit tricky, as I said, that there is a screw down here that you have to get out. And then that's the job more or less done. One important thing is to have one of these, an extension from your faucet to clean everything out. And what I would do is, as soon as you get these racks out, I'd spray the whole inside with vinegar, let it sit for a while, and then get your paper towels and go at it. So I'll start the process of putting this back together, and after I get into that filter in there, and then the job's done. So the last step here is to remove this part and clean out that filter. So let's see if we can do that. Difficult to get to. Okay, so that came away quite easily, but you can see the amount of crud that's in there, and we'll need to clean that out. And down in there is a little rubber gasket that seals from a drain that allows the water to go through. That's the next step. So here's a little rubber gasket that goes down in that slot there. It acts like a flap. Difficult to see, not a lot of light. Bit of a pain to get out. It's easier going in. That's the first step. Next thing is to put this housing back in there, and it kind of snaps into place. And then there's a screw down there. So here we are with this little screw. That's one with a special socket on it. We'll try and get that in there. Kind of difficult to get to. Now we get the first part of the screen on. Just line up those bolts and that outlet, and then it just sits right in there. And there's 4 screws to go in. There are the 4 screws ready to be screwed in. Spotted the deliberate mistake. I just installed those 4 screws but forgot this has to go in first. There, like that. Then you screw it in. Now this is the next piece to go in. And what I have to make sure is that this is over there so that I can get the arm in. Now I only had one set of hands here, and the easiest way to get this in is to attach it to the spinner, and it's flexible enough that you'd be able to squeeze it in. So I'm going to finish that off and then put the screw up there. Everything's done, and I put the little screw in up at the top, and you have to snap it in back there, and we're ready to go. Well, it seems to be working fine. That's a job well done. So just saved you a couple of $100 there. You can go to my YouTube channel and check out my model railway layout. Give me the big thumbs up and leave a comment. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it was helpful and saved you lots of money. Bye for now.